All right.
And we're so excited that she's with us. She can do a little bit of everything.
You're on.
And we're recording. Thanks, Jerry.
Welcome to the March 11th, 2024 Laverne Library Board meeting. I'm going to call our meeting to order. We do have a quorum. First order of business is I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from November 13th of 2023.
So move.
All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, second item up for business is I will entertain a motion for approval of the January 8th, 2024 minutes.
Motion to approve.
All right, do I have a second?
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So moving on down, first order of business in our agenda is to welcome our new library board member. We have a new member, Renee Cruz. You will meet Renee at our next regularly scheduled meeting. He is coaching, I believe, tonight.
Yes.
So we are excited to be able to welcome him aboard. Second item down our list is to welcome our Associate City Attorney, Katie Driver.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you, guys. Is it appropriate for me to share a little bit about myself?
Absolutely.
Previously, I worked for 5 years as an assistant city attorney for the city of Murfreesboro, and I recently joined Evan Cope in his law practice. So I'm happy to be here and look forward to working with all of you.
Welcome.
Welcome. All right, Ms. Donna, I'm going to turn it over to you to review the budget for 2024-2025.
Thank you. Okay, you will see in front of you that you do have, this is the proposed budget of 24-25. I met with Phyllis last week. We went over the budget just to kind of see what we needed to do. I will be going back to her because there's a few other things that have popped in my mind that we may need to put on this budget. So this is preliminary. I will have the complete budget ready for you in May. And of course, that will go to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. So if you will see in the highlighted areas, finance will populate these highlighted areas for us. That has to do all with our wages and our insurance and things of that sort.
And that will change based on the type of pay raise that we do this year, as well as longevity will be based on how long each of her employees have been here.
Thank you. And then we'll go down the line items, not line by line. We are very much the same as last year. As we go down, I'll just point out a few. The public relations line item, object code 236, $500. We have not, advertising. We have not had a line item for advertising before, and this past year we've had to use a little bit, so we're going to put $500 in for advertising.
What are you advertising?
Pardon?
What are you advertising?
This is, I'm trying to think what it was that we had to use this for. I apologize. Phyllis and I were talking about this. It was something that Anne was doing for us. I'll have an answer to you and get that to you, and I'll email it to each one of you. I know some things that I would like to do with some of the advertising is to get the banners made. We do most of our banners in-house, but sometimes we would like to have some of those done a little bit more professionally, and we feel like we could use a little money for that. But I will find out, because it was $329 that we had already used and we didn't have a budget for this year. So I'll find that out for you. If we go on down, electric, water, gas, that's all populated by Phyllis. She knows how to forecast that fairly well. Our Comcast, Other professional services we have not used in a while, and I asked Phyllis exactly what that was, and she said that's for some legal issues and things of this sort, if that were to come up. Repair and maintenance, service and building is about the same, or it is the same. We go down to machine and equipment rental, that's object code 533. We took it up to 15,000, it was 12,000. That includes all of the leasing of our printers through MTR. And then our programs have stayed the same at 20,800. That looks like a lot, but this covers all of our summer reading. It helps cover all of the other programs that we do. It also helps with a lot of our banner making and our things of this sort. Our programs are well known. Our patrons love that, and I feel like if we can continue with this, it would be great. Our summer reading is going to be amazing this year, and our staff is very great at being creative, and so we do create so much of the product ourselves. But it's wonderful to be able to bring in some entertainers, like a magician and different puppet shows. So we're really excited about that. Do you have any questions? I know I went through that fast.
I noticed that the proposed budget is a little slimmer than last year. The thing that I noticed that was item 312, small items of equipment, has gone down by 16,000.
Yes, 21,000. That included our drop box that has been on back order. So we will get that drop box in. And that will be in before June. It also included, see, I thought I was going to be more prepared for this, guys.
It's hard when you're put on the spot.
Well, I should have written it in. Anyway, it was 21,000, and that was put in there by the board last year for some of our capital things. So, yes, so it's dropped back down to its normal amount of 5,000.
Has the pad already been poured for the drop box?
It has not.
Okay. Do you
Wait,
know
I'm sorry, say that again.
the pad for the drop box, has it been poured?
Yes, the path is ready. You're talking about our concrete pad? Yes, it's ready. All we have to do is put another small pad on top when we get the drop box. But Randy wanted to wait until we got it so he could make sure that we have the correct dimensions of the pad, the extra pad he's putting down.
Okay. Any other capital or projects you're looking at for the library for this budget year or for the upcoming budget year?
Some things that we are looking at and getting pricing on are carpet squares for the story time room. If you'll remember when we had the water damage in 2017, we were able to put down new carpet. And no, I did not do that on purpose. I did not go out there and mess with the backflow. But we are wanting to put carpet squares in the story time room. So we had a young gentleman out today, and he is with B&B Flooring, and he had measured and going to get back with us on an amount. I know that most capital is 10,000 or over, and so we're almost positive this will not meet the capital. So this was one of the things I was going to go back to Phyllis about and talk to see what we can do. Another thing that we're looking at, and that right now looks like it's going to be about $5,000, are blinds for the remaining windows that we did not put the wooden blinds on before. We had taken those vinyl ones down, and we were able to put up the nice wooden slat ones, but at the time we only had enough money to do the part that faces Murfreesboro Road and the part that faces the parking lot. So now we're going back to the part that is facing this way toward City Hall. It's a total of 21 narrow windows, a set of 3 in seven different places. And then it is 3 large windows that we're going to look at. And Randy said he would have me a price tomorrow. So Mayor, is this something that you all would like for me to individually send to you once we get the prices?
I don't see a need myself. I'm
Okay.
just wondering about capital. I know I haven't sat down with Bruce and gone through
Right.
everything yet, but since we're discussing y'all's budget, I figured I'd ask.
Thank you. And one thing I'd like to ask that you probably know the answer, when we say a capital item is $10,000, is it a $10,000 total, like a group of like different little things like this? Or is it $10,000 per item?
It's looking at the collective. So if you're looking at a project like wooden blinds, it would be that whole project.
Okay. And then the carpet would be separate? Okay, that makes sense then.
Yes.
Thank you.
So there's a chance both of these could just fall under your regular operating budget,
Right.
not go for, as part of our capital discussion. It would just be brought up whenever the board is going through the line item.
Great. I think we're going to be doing that in April. And then one other thing that we are looking at, if the money is available, is more soft seating for the gallery. If you know, been in the library, we have the 2 sofas that are vinyl seating, very nice, and they both have swinging tablet arms on it, so you can put your computer or different things on it. And then we have 2 black chairs that match it. Those usually stay over in the gallery. Well, we moved them so that we could do some other things in the gallery. And now everyone loves them where we have them. It's up near the circulation desk. And so people who are waiting for fax, or people who are waiting for the adults or someone to get off of the computer, or they're waiting just for whatever, or just want to sit there and read the newspaper, have enjoyed sitting there. They're among people, and I think they enjoy that socialization and not back way over in the gallery. But I still feel like we need a little more soft seating in the gallery. I'm working on a price for that. I usually look at Demco and the library store. So I'll be going for those and see what we can find out. Some of the sofas actually have the USB ports in, which would be fantastic. I'm hoping that we can do that.
Flexible seating is very important in a library. You want everyone to be comfortable, and you want them to
Absolutely.
feel welcome. So that would be an excellent addition, especially since you're seeing that it is already being utilized where you moved it. That tells you that you need more.
It really
So
did.
I'd love to see that added to the budget.
Great. Yeah, we were surprised that it started having more use, but that's a great thing.
That's a great thing.
At this point, that's about all we have out, except I've had some requests from the staff to let's change out the toilets to the taller toilets. We're getting a little older there, and especially in the staff restroom. But I know that we have a taller toilet in the handicapped restrooms for the public. But I am seeing that there possibly could be a need for a couple of more of those. So that's that. But at this point, this is what I have. And I will have prices for those. And like I said, get back with Phyllis when we talk about the budget again. Any questions?
I just know from past experience with like being in the school system that when a budget item drops by that much, you never really get that back. So I'm wondering if there are other small items of equipment for 312 that might could add to the library and have more, be some things that our patrons might could use.
I know you're only seeing just a year over year, but the library goes up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yes.
It's not one that's just, if it goes down, you don't get it back. That's not
Okay.
how we've
Not like a
ever worked
zero
ours.
base every year.
Because when, good examples, when the library flooded,
Yes.
the city had to dump a lot of money into the library for carpeting, painting, repairing, getting new books in some cases. And then the next year, you didn't have that cost, so that dropped off. Well, then the next year it went up because we had more projects. So this is, we very much work hand in hand, the board does with each department, and we try to utilize as much of whatever is projected as excess revenue to basically improve anything we can. You know, we can't do every year. I'd say we get more requests than we do have excess funds, but we try to spread it out and prioritize it as much as humanly possible.
All right.
And that's one thing I would like to say. This board has always been very, very fair to the library. We know that essential services, police, fire, you know, they do need to get the lion's share because they do need to be able to get the trucks and all of this. But since I've been here almost 20 years, the board has always tried very hard to meet the needs of the library, whereas the library has tried very hard not to over-ask for what we think we need. Now, sometimes things may be a little bit like, you're asking for that? So I try to have a justification, but the board has always been very fair, and it's appreciated.
All right, guys, any more questions on the proposed budget? All right, we will move on to the library board bylaws.
Okay, and Katie has been an extreme help with this. You know that this is something that has been on our agenda for months. We've talked about it quite a bit. There was a change in attorneys, and Katie came on board, though, and was ready to jump right in. So she has worked very closely with me. The old bylaws were very old. They were very outdated. It was a time when the librarian had a checkbook that she would write checks out of in order to get funds reimbursed to her. And we no longer do that. We have adopted all of the city's policies and procedures. You are a governing board. You are the one who hires the library director, and then you give the library director the discrepancy to hire or fire the employees. But we have adopted the policies, and so of course we share those responsibilities with the city. And that works well. So that being said, those bylaws from 1985 and 84 were very, very old and outdated. And so as we were going through some of the wording, Katie has been great about saying, okay, do these work? I don't quite understand why. It looks kind of weird the way this is worded. In the time, it was valuable, but now it isn't. So I think, Katie, would you mind just kind of going through what we have so far?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, can y'all hear me? Yes. Our Article 1 is simply the name statement of that. Article 2 is a mission statement. Article 3 deals with governance, which includes, it defines and builds out the board members, what that's supposed to look like, the composition of the board generally. Then we set forth some expectations for the library director, and it's my recommendation that y'all don't unfortunately have the bylaws in front of you, do you?
We do.
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I made copies
well,
for
then,
them,
never mind.
of the ones that also have the highlights.
Okay, great. So y'all have my notes. I do recommend reshuffling some of these sections and making the formatting a little bit more streamlined. Do they have your highlights as well, or just mine?
You should have my highlights
Okay.
also. This is what they have.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
You'll see included in there some comments from me that are just seeking direction from y'all. Any changes that you would like to see specifically addressed, I'm happy to make those. For the most part, though, these remain the same. That they shouldn't change anything about the way that you conduct meetings or business. It's just giving the bylaws a facelift, so to speak. So if you guys have any questions or specific instructions for me, I am happy to make those, type them as we're here, and then I will present a clean copy to Miss Donna, and we will hopefully bring them back to you at your next scheduled meeting for your approval.
So the red highlighted areas,
Those were additions from Ms. Bebout. So I believe that those are things that we need to take to Bruce so that we can discuss. I think that's mostly dealing with the check situation. You'll have to forgive me. I have not had a chance to review these since she sent them to me.
the execute contracts part is the part that I red flagged because by the charter for the city, that falls with me after the board's approved it.
So that was the language from the original 1988 version. I do think that needs to change, Mayor. We will make that change consistent with our internal
And
discussions.
Mayor, I think I did flag that also. Could you tell me
Which
where-
section you're in?
It's in red. It's section 2, part 3A.
Yes. Executes contracts authorized by the library board, and the chairman's signature shall be binding as an official act of the board. I redlined that for that to be deleted, and I meant to put in a comment that the mayor signs all contracts.
Oh, okay.
And that is also, I believe, in Chapter 2, Section 8. Am I correct? Let me pull that out. I think you have did I include the Title 8 in there with you guys? The title? I'll
It
get
goes
that right
through
in a moment.
6. So section 2 goes all the way through it.
This would be, let me look through my old stuff. Mayor, what is Chapter 2, Title
For,
8?
what are you looking, for what are you
I'm looking
referencing?
for where it talks about the different departments of how they're run.
Oh, in the municipal code?
Yes.
Ooh,
Pop quiz.
yeah. Where's my iPad when I need it? I've got it right there, I know. That chapter 2 sounds right, but I'm not sure where in
And I
it.
think we are under, we're under the 8. We're Chapter 8, I believe. And it is in there where it lays out so much of this that's in our bylaws also.
And Katie, can you double check in section 1,
Yes.
number 3? I want to say, because most of our boards are, the majority of them are where I appoint, the board confirms.
Okay.
For any vacancies for any of our boards. There's a few that are just appointed by the mayor, and then there's a few that are by the board as a whole.
All right, I will look at that in the municipal code, section 2, chapter 8.
Something like that.
I found it. It's on the
And I
website. You were
have
correct.
it somewhere. It's on my desk,
I
I'm
will
sure.
confirm that, Mayor. Is there anything else that the board sees that I need to pay close attention to? And I will be discussing with staff, so if you think of anything, just send Donna an email.
Anything further for bylaws? All right, then we will move
I
to the,
had one thing I just
Yes, ma'am.
noticed, this is probably very nitpicky, but in section 3, meetings, number 1, it mentions that meetings are at 5 PM CST. It's not always CST, like right now it's Central Daylight Time.
Correct, so that's an old old thing. Thank you. That's not being nitpicky. And I had redlined that it also could be at the library or at another designated place. Yes, I redlined that because it's always here, because we record.
Thank you
Yes,
for that comment.
That's good. And I'm going to go over this with Bruce very, very closely, and if any of you have any other things that you see, feel free to email me, and then I'll get with Katie, and we will see what we can do.
All right, anything further? All right, then we will move to the next item on the agenda, which are the upcoming events. So March 23rd of 2024 is the drive-through Easter event at Veterans Memorial Park from 10 to 11:30. Do you have anything you want to add on that, Ms. Donna?
Just, that's a great event. We enjoy it so much, and last year, the library gave out chocolate bunnies, and the library is going to be able to give out chocolate bunnies again this year. So we should really are the hit with our chocolate bunnies.
Are they as big? Are they as big as last year?
Unfortunately, I wasn't going to bring that up. Dollar Tree has, they're now $1.25, and they sold that 16-ounce, 1-pound bunny last year for $1.25.
Wow.
Well, this year, it's nowhere to be found. I even did a repeat order on my old line, and it says not found, not available. So it is a 7-ounce bunny, but he's in a box, and he's really cute. He's not in a bag, he's in a box, and he is the rabbit in the carrot patch, I believe is what it's called. And it's solid chocolate, though. It's not hollow. And I know that's something that Jerry was talking about earlier, that it was always disappointing when he got a chocolate bunny and he bit into it and it was hollow inside. So these are 7 ounces of solid chocolate.
We'll have to be sure to save him one.
Well done, Ms. Donna. Well done.
Thank you.
That's a solid purchase. All right, so for our March library events,
If you'll
Ms.
just
Donna,
go
let's
to the-
dazzle the public with what you've got planned for us.
Well, we have a page full of activities going on. And if you will see on Monday, March 25th, this is what you all were doing tonight with Miss Mary, Strings and Things, ages 18 and over. Let's create colorful wooden necklace and pendant. And that is please sign up in advance, and you all got to do it way in advance. This is at 5 p.m. in the meeting room. Mary does this every month. She does something very, very creative. And this is also one of those things that through our great funding, we're able to offer to our patrons for free. And we do ask that our patrons who attend, or the people who attend, do have a library card with us, because we want to make sure that they're also there to check out items to help keep our circulation going. I won't run through all of them. You can see the Dungeons and Dragons. We have teens, and then we have tweens, and that's going great. And I guess I will run through all of them. Lego is always a lot of fun. We have a great crowd. We're actually having it tonight. They're over there playing with Legos and building some great creations. Usually they do that 2 times a month, the 2nd and the 4th. Is that correct, Mary? 4th Monday, so that the 4th Monday coincides with Mary's Strings and Things. So if parents want to come to Strings and Things, their child can be in Lego at the same time, and it works very well. Kids Crafternoon, that's for ages 5 to 11. That's going to be going on tomorrow, and that's Find the Leprechaun. They have all sorts of St. Patrick's Day activities featured. The 16th, this is a popular monthly event, live music featuring the band Hobo Road, who includes one of our staff members, Joe, and he plays the guitar and sings. along with his friend Chris and another friend. It's an hour live music, free. Teens are doing an advisory board that's going over very well. We have 2 book clubs. We have the Better Off Read Book Club that happens on Mondays at 5:30 once a month. And then on down, we have Page Turner's Book Club, and that happens on a Saturday at 10:30. So we're hitting the people who may be working and who enjoy reading different genres of books. It is patron-driven, so Beth gives freedom to the patrons who attend to help choose what books they're going to read. We try to have those books available in print and also on Libby, and that goes very well. Let's see, mixed media art for adults. That's a fun class using all sorts of different types of papers and media, such as color pencils, paint, stamping, a lot of fun. And then back to the tween, Dungeons and Dragons. And then the library will be closed for the city holiday of Good Friday on March the 29th. And then all the staff will take a regular day off on Saturday, March the 30th, so that they can have an Easter weekend. And that's another thing that we appreciate the board, both the library board and the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, allowing us to do, since we do work 6 days a week or have the library open 6 days a week. This gives all of the staff an opportunity to have those long holidays during certain holidays. No story times, regular story times, which are on the back during the week of March 25th, because that is spring break. And Miss Lorna will be doing other things. She will be spring breaking. So no story times that week, but they will resume back on April the 1st. Do you have any questions about any of that?
Not about this, but I do have a question. How did the book sale go? Because I know I was excited when I bought a few myself. So how did that go?
The book sale went amazing, and that was one reason we moved the soft seating. So, everything was a quarter or 50 cents, and the library made $1,386.22.
Wow.
So at that 22 may have been a child who came in and didn't have it, or, some people were giving us fabulous donations. So it was very much appreciated. And when you think about 50 cents and a quarter at a time, that adds up. So we appreciate all of the community coming out and helping out. We had a lot of our employees come, and it was a great time.
Good.
Nice.
Miss Donna, can you speak a little bit about April and the eclipse?
Yes, I will be happy to. April the 8th, we will be witnessing a partial solar eclipse here in Tennessee. Across North America, it will be a full eclipse, and so that's very exciting. Knoxville, I believe, will be seeing a full eclipse, and the mayor helped do some digging and find out some information for us. Here in the Nashville area, we should see about a 94% eclipse, which is pretty good. So last time that we had the eclipse, was that 2017?
Yes.
Okay. We had a really big eclipse party because it was just amazing, and we had 2,000 people attend. So to say that we were packed is just a little bit of a short statement there, but we filtered out, of course, to in between City Hall and the library, and then over to City Hall, and people were all up and down. We gave out water, we gave out snacks, and we gave out solar eclipse glasses. It was a big deal, and it was so much fun. I need to get some pictures to you all. So this year, when the mayor brought it up, he said, what you got planned for April the 8th? And he may not have said it quite like that, but whenever I get a text from the mayor and he says, give me a call when you're free, it's either uh-oh, or uh-oh. You know, but it was a good uh-oh. And so we are not going to plan a great big eclipse party. We are going to have some displays talking about the solar eclipse and the annular eclipse, the moon eclipse. And then we'll also be giving out water and different things. And starting Monday, April the 1st, we will be handing out solar glasses, solar eclipse glasses, to every person who comes into the library who would like a pair. It would be 1 pair per person. Families can come in by themselves, like if it's a mama and she says, I have 4 children, we will give, the 5 pairs of glasses. So those are ordered, they're on their way, and I ordered 1,000 pairs. So we'll see how that goes.
And there is talk that they may be shutting down Rutherford County schools for this.
I know that they're considering
heard.
that, so that'll be
Oh,
nice.
are they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's in discussions.
I've
I've
heard.
been in touch with the school board member, and so that they're saying it's very likely happening. So,
And I could see that would be a great time if a family wanted to take a trip to West Tennessee to see the full eclipse. It would be a good time. Or they can come stick around with us and party and drink water and watch the eclipse.
With free glasses.
Anything else?
Those events sound great. All right, moving on to the rest of the schedule for 2024. Our next meeting will be May 13th of 2024, followed by July the 8th, September the 9th, and then we'll round out the year on November the 4th. All right, our next scheduled meeting, of course, is May 13th at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time.
That's correct. Very good.
Does anyone have comments?
I just wanted to say I appreciate everything that you and the staff are doing. I've been in several times over the last couple of months, more than typical in my past, and everything's very impressive, and the staff's doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say what you said about the book club just resonated with me, where you said that they choose the books.
Yes.
Just the fact that you make sure that all of our patrons can walk into the library and find something that they resonate with and that their voice is heard and they are seen. It's phenomenal. So thank you for all the hard work that you and your staff do to make sure that every member of the community has a book that they can find themselves in.
Thank you. We truly believe in the freedom to read.
And it shows, so thank you.
Good.
Any other comments? All right, well, I will call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.